Hello, my pre-calculus student. In this video, we are going to graph inverse tangent function y equal a times inverse tangent of bx, where a and b are real numbers. There are 5 steps that we must follow. The first step, we are to graph the tangent function only, so we ignore the inverse notation. So we will graph a times tangent of bx. Next step, step number 2, we are going to select a piece of the tangent graph that is 1 to 1, and the piece that we are going to select will be between two adjacent vertical asymptotes. It is much closer to both x-axis and y-axis. And next step will be step number 3. We will select 3 points on the tangent graph that we just selected the piece from step 2. Step number 4, we will change the order of x and y, and also we will locate the two horizontal asymptotes. And last step, we are going to plot the points from step 4 plus the two horizontal asymptotes. Now let's begin. So when you graph the function y equal a times inverse tangent of 2x, so step 1, we will graph the tangent function y equal a times tangent of 2x. The period will be pi divided by b. In this case, b is 2, so pi divided by 2. Next, the vertical asymptotes. There are two vertical asymptotes, so we will solve two equations. Bx equal negative pi over 2, and the second equation will be bx equal positive pi over 2. So we substitute b for 2, so we end up with 2x equal negative pi over 2 and 2x equal positive pi over 2. Next, we will divide both sides by 2, so x equal negative pi over 4, and we have x equal positive pi over 4. So I'm going to go and plot that two vertical asymptote. So this is negative pi over 4. Let me go ahead and plot that line for you. Then the second vertical asymptote will be pi over 4. Now what we did is that we go ahead and plot the two vertical asymptotes, but at the same time we also make sure that the distance from the two adjacent vertical asymptotes will be divided into 4 equal parts. So pi over 4 divided by 4 will be pi over 8. This is negative pi over 8. This is 0. So now we are going to make table. So our x will be 0. Oh, actually, we have to include the 5x value from our two adjacent vertical asymptotes. So be negative pi over 4. Negative pi over 4, negative pi over 8, 0, pi over 8, and positive pi over 4. Now we are going to start from the innermost, so we will multiply 2 to each one of the 5x values. So let's get at negative pi over 2, and let's get negative pi over 4, 0, pi over 4, and positive pi over 2. Now when I multiply each one of these 5x value with 2, we also simplify it at the same time. Okay, now we only find tangent of 2x. Now if you can look at here, these are the 5 value of our parent function tangent. So you can see that it will be undefined because this is our vertical asymptote. So that will be negative 1, 0, 1, and then undefined. So now next we are going to multiply the 3 middle value of our tangent with 8. So we do 8 times tangent of 2x undivided negative 8, 0, 8, and undivided. So where the value of the tangent function is undivided, that's it, where you have your vertical asymptote. Now we will plot the points. So we will plot the 3 middle points. So the first point will be negative pi over 8. Negative 8 we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we plot the point now. The first point done. The next point will be 0, 0. And the last point will be pi over 8, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 3 points, and when you connect the 3 points with the curve, okay, so this is the graph of tangent. This is only one for one period. Now we don't have to graph additional periods because I'm go ahead and move on to step 2 now. We are going to select a one-to-one piece. So you can see right here that this piece of the graph is one-to-one because it passed the horizontal line test. I'm going to go ahead and select this piece, and the y value never repeat. So step 3, we are going to select the 3 points. From step 2. So the 3 point that we are going to select will be negative pi over 8, comma negative 8. The second point will be 0, 0. And the third point will be pi over 8, comma 8. And we move on to step 4. We interchange the x and y value of each point. From step 3. So therefore the point now becomes negative 8, negative 8 comma negative pi over 4. So you can see right here, each one of these 3 points, we just go ahead and interchange the order of x and y. And the second point will be 0, 0. And the third point will be 8 comma pi over 8. And then at the same time, we are going to locate the two horizontal asymptotes. So think about right here, from step 1 we locate the two vertical asymptotes. So now to make them become horizontal asymptote, the x become the y, so be y equal negative pi over 4 and y equal positive pi over 4. And now step 5, we just need to graph all of these. So step 5, the first thing we have to do is that we need to graph the two horizontal asymptote. So y equal negative pi over 4. So I make sure that there are 4 equal points between my two horizontal asymptotes. So this is negative pi over 4. This is positive pi over 4. So draw the two horizontal asymptote. Next we will draw the 3 points inside. So the first point will be negative 8. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is negative 8 comma negative pi over 8. So here we are. So this point will be negative pi over 8. This will be positive pi over 8. Okay. And then the second point will be 0, 0. And the third point will be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, comma pi over 4. So now we have the 3 points. So now we just need to connect the 3 points with the curve. So from 0 to 8, it will be increasing. For the second, from negative 8 to 0, for this domain will be decreasing. That's it. So this is the graph of the inverse tangent. So let's write down the summary. In this video, we learned this: how to graph inverse tangent function, and the formula is y equal 8 inverse tangent of bx. Thank you so much for watching this video. Goodbye.